What's going on, people? Today I'm going to tell you a real quick story that happened to me last night when I went into Walmart. It wasn't funny at the time, but now I look at it, I'm like, man, that needs to happen to me more often. So I go into Walmart, to my local Walmart, and I try to pick up some of the Mad Men. You know, the Mad Men, they have a series on AMC. Because my wife loves this show, and I was like, well, maybe I'll try to hook her up with the 4 seasons of it. And I know Target had him on sale for like $9.99. So when I called my local Target, they said, well, we don't have them in stock. Maybe we'll get them restocked. So I was like, well, you know, Walmart preaches and loves to talk about their commercials about price matching. So I said, well, I'll put it up to the test and see what they can do for me. Which, if any of you have ever price matched at Walmart, it's like jumping through a hoop that's like burning with flames that you have to jump through to get down to, like, you know, a swimming pool full of sharks. I mean, it's really frustrating to deal with Walmart on anything that you have to deal with, much less price matching. So anyway, real quick, I go to my local Leland Walmart because there was a couple other things that I had needed, and they didn't have the Mad Men. The guy in electronics was like, well, you know, you can order it online and have it shipped to the store. And I was like, yeah, I've been there, done that before, buddy. Last time I ordered an item, I ordered it, paid for it, and then got an email that it wasn't there. So I go to the store to pick it up, and they're like, well, I'm sorry, it's not available for you to pick up. I'm like, once again, you're wasting my time and my gas to come here thinking that it was ready. So beyond that story, I don't mean to keep filling your ears with a bunch of gibberish, but my wife was like, I called my wife and I was like, listen, sweetheart, they don't have the items that I needed, because I wasn't going to tell her about it, because this was supposed to be a surprise for her. I mean, she's my lady, you know, I got to look out for her. She's the love of my life. So I'm not going to go say, honey, I'm going to go to the store and get some Mad Men for you to watch. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook it up, keep it very secretive, try to go out there and get it. So anyway, I was like, well, they don't have what I was looking for at the Leland Walmart. I'm going to drive out to Wilmington. So she was like, as smart as she is, she was like, well, why don't you call them to find out if they have it? And I was like, well, this is the thought that's running through my head. All right, I've tried this once before, and I'm almost going to guess that the same thing is going to happen like I did last time. And sure enough, that's what happened. I decided to call them. I called them up, let it ring. I got to the operator. The operator was like, I said, how can I help you? I said, I need electronics. She transferred me to electronics. It rings and 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 rings. And this whole video would be about just ringing at this point. But I'm going to end it here and tell you that the line hung up. So I sure as hell didn't hang up the phone. So they hung up on their end. So anyway, I decided to call back. So I called back. And again, like I said, this video would just be, it rings and rings and rings. So it's still ringing, okay? And I was like, well, the hell with it. I'll just drive to Walmart. I mean, I've already wasted my gas going to the Leland one. Why don't I just drive across the bridge? And needless to say, for people that are watching this video that don't know the distance, it's like 25 minutes to get from my house to the other Walmart across the bridge. You got to go across the river to go over there. So I'm still on hold, and I try to be slick. I try to be a real smart ass sometimes. So I keep them on hold, you know, as long as I can. So I'm thinking, I'm going to walk into... This is what my mind's thinking when I'm on the phone driving. I'm going to walk into the store. I'm still going to be on hold, and I'm still going to be looking around, finding the stuff I was looking for at the other Walmart. Sure enough, I get out of my car, I take my baby out because I took my son with me. They're still on hold with me. Put them in the cart, go into the electronics section, ask the guy if you have Mad Men. He just points to the direction. He doesn't walk over there. He just points to the direction. I asked him, is there anywhere else? And he walked away, ignored me. Well, this is Walmart for you. So I went and looked at a couple other things that I had needed to see if they even had it. And of course, they didn't have it either. And so I go to the front of the store, and I'm like, out of all the times, I have to be a smartass at this point. So I go to the front of the store and ask to speak, you know, I guess she was like a lead at the front. And I was like, ma'am, is your manager around? I got a call on hold for him. She acted like, what the hell are you talking about? I said, there's a person on the phone that's waiting to talk to him. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, get him. So she pages him, and she was like, who is it? Tell him to call the store. I said, well, I put the phone out in my hand like this. I said, you need to call blah, blah, blah. And she's like looking at me like I'm crazy. And I said, ma'am, I'm waiting to talk to him. I've been on hold since 20 minutes ago, and nobody's ever picked up. So he comes to the front. He was like, well, what can I do for you? He said, I'm sorry. I told him the situation. I'm sorry. What can I said, sir, there's... When he walked up to me, I was like, sir, I don't need you. He looked at me like, what? I said, sir, I don't need you. I just figured because I was wasting my time by driving here and not finding it. So he's like, well, give me a second. So he goes up to another lead. He was like, they're like talking like if they were on that show, Deal or No Deal. They're all huddled up talking about what can we offer this guy. So out of the kindness of his heart, he was like, well, I'm going to give you a $10 credit. I'm going to give you a $10 in-store credit. So I said, you know what? That's cool. Walmart values my time. It's worth $10. So I was like, all right, well, I'll put $10 in my car because I was almost on empty and see how far I can get this $10 to go. So real quick, before the video runs out, I went, not only I took my son to school, I also picked up lunch for me. So they took care of lunch for me with the $10 on a deal at Subway, buy one, get one. Then I went to Dollar General and got these. These, I saved $4 here. Then I went to Target to stretch the $10 because my business to them is worth $10 instead of going into their Walmart to spend the money. I got all of these Lysol No Touch for 50 cents each at Target. I got all these Glade for free. I got the Mad Men for $5 each. The Marley and Me and Puppy Ears, $3. And I got these for 99 cents each. So all of this here at Target, I saved $134. I spent $16.09 out of pocket for all of this. Thank you, Walmart. I'm going to write a letter, dear Walmart. Then I went to Walgreens real quick. I got to end this real quick. Walgreens, I bought 4 dozen eggs, 40 napkins, 400 napkins, 40 paper plates, all this great toothpaste that'll whiten up my teeth, make them nice and shiny, and some vegetables. Walgreens, I saved $77.32. The total out of all the stores, I saved $215.04. And I paid out of pocket $29.17. So as you can see, this table is what I would have spent at Walmart, but they decided to send me to these other businesses. So again, dear Walmart, I appreciate your kindness. The $10 did me well, and thank you. And as always, be blessed, people. Take care.